Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Same Fire Society. I am so happy to have you here. Today we are going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine and your soul path, spiritual journey, guidance for healing. We did just have the December 21st winter solstice, which typically is beginning of a new chapter in your life, a new cycle of birth, growth, death, and everything nature, a definite rebirth here. Spirit's really saying to embrace the stillness for now. If you are being called to take a break, take it and give your body the rest it needs, as 2025 is going to be a busy year. You may have just started something, just started a new endeavor, and that's really going to, take you by storm next year. And so you really need this reflection and resting time here while you can still have it. Be in the great stillness before the sun's strength builds, okay? And I was definitely getting the song, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. And it goes, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Little darling, I smile, there's smiles returning to their faces. It feels like years since it's been here. I feel the ice slowly melting. It seems like years since it's been clear. So I really feel that this is speaking to the divine feminines who have been through some sort of dark night of the soul probably the last few years. It could have felt like it was never, ever gonna end. And you are finally completely coming out of that, or you feel, you really feel you have little glimpses of hope and inklings here and little bits of sunshine that are showing you that this dark cloud that's been over you is finally going to move away from you. Okay, so we are going to start off with some guidance on what can help you here in not only just sitting in that dark energy, but actually looking at the things that need to be healed and cleared away so that this can really uplift from your energy. We are going to work with the Inner Child Oracle today, where your ultimate healing comes from within. Okay, so we're really going to look at that. Let's just see what comes out for you today. And I just received this this deck, so we're going to read from the book for you and get exact messages on what can help you here. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. So if you're struggling with self-worth or not believing that you can do what your soul is being pulled to do, Spirit's telling you here, you are worth it all, okay? You are worth your wildest dreams. Speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Okay, so definite self-love work here. Definitely need to be doing some type of positive affirmations, whether it's writing down some affirmations and speaking them to yourself in the mirror. So, being your own hype person, hyping yourself up as much as possible, because you can and you will do this. Spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. That is beautiful. That definitely always helps me some type of calm and peaceful place, you know, by water, or, you know, on a lake, up in the mountains, maybe places where there's not a lot of other people's energy, especially if you're empathic and you soak in other people's energy very strongly and it really affects you. And maybe you don't quite know that yet. You haven't quite made the connection that you are empathic, and you're very sensitive in big crowded areas. You just get really, really overwhelmed. You could definitely be empathic here. And you really have to take care of your energy. Really have to take care of your energy. It takes a lot of being alone, unfortunately, but it's really what's best. Choose yourself today. So definitely, there's so much like self-love, needing for self-love energy here, okay? Do not deny your importance, okay? So if you haven't been taking care of yourself or pouring into your cup, then Spirit's really saying here that's something you really need to look at this time. Pull yourself close. Every part of your being is deserving of love. Definitely. And I'm just seeing the elderly person hugging the young person, and just reminds me of like looking within at your inner child and seeing what you needed more of when you were a kid, and giving yourself more of that now so you can heal your childhood traumas. You know, if you were neglected, or it was just really hard for your parents to say like I love you or anything like that, giving yourself more of that at this time. Really, really needing to nurture yourself and take care of yourself, body, mind, and soul. This came out on the pre-shuffle. This is beautiful. Be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from shining, okay? So looking back to who you really were at the beginnings of your time on Earth, and you know, looking at how the Earth, how people and people's opinions and stuff have shaped you throughout time, and maybe looking back at, like, let's say you were really creative in the way you dressed when you were young, and sometimes people would make fun of you or be like, you know, try to coax you into a different style. Simply going back and maybe reliving that and picking out things that are true to yourself to wear, to express yourself in that way, to kind of heal suppressing that part of yourself that never needed to be suppressed, because your originality is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Here I'm getting, you don't need to fit in with the masses or be what everyone else is. Be you. Be you. And then we have, do what you need to do. It may be difficult, but the time is now. This came out on the pre-shuffle as well. So definitely wanted to be here. Yeah, Spirit's really saying, you know, if you've been holding off on the things that you want to do for your life out of fear of what other people may think, to let that go at this time. And then we just got let it go. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Let go of all that no longer serves you. And that includes people's opinions here, you guys, okay? Let it go. Nurture yourself, nurture your soul at this time. It's really, really necessary. And let's just go ahead and read Let It Go here. It is in our nature as humans to hold tightly to what is familiar. Knowing the weight and measure of what we carry can bring us a great sense of comfort. Oftentimes, the known seems to be the wiser choice compared to the unknown. It is important to be aware that just as a tree shapes itself around a known obstacle that has forced it to take a new path, these things we hold tightly to can also change the course of our destiny. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to reflect on what you need to release. Self-care exercise. Ask yourself if there is something keeping you back or forcing you to grow in a direction that might not be for your benefit. There can be many things that we hold on to for too long, such as the past, an ideal, a dream, or a painful memory. Even if we have grafted these aspects into our being, it is now time to let go of all that no longer serves you. Free the pent-up energy inside of you and imagine if leaving your body as you inhale and exhale deeply. Forgive disappointments and pains and do not allow bitterness in. Let go of control and allow what needs to die, so that you may blossom again once more. For a journal prompt, if you're journaling at this time and you want, to see how you can work this into your journal, how does it feel in your body to let go of what is no longer needed? Do you feel lighter when you think about letting go? How does your inner child feel when you think about letting go? That is beautiful. Okay, I'm being called to speak to yourself with kindness. We all need a little more of that. Why is that so hard? Even for those of us that can give everyone else kindness in their time of need, but it's so difficult for us to give to ourselves for some reason. We're so hard on ourselves. The stories we tell ourselves can create the patterns by which we live. In our daily lives, the words that we choose to speak over ourselves can deeply influence how we think and act. We are often unaware of just how critical our self-talk can be, or how often we engage in it. If you have pulled this card, then it may be time to review your self-talk. Inner work exercise. If you are currently in a place of negative self-talk, this place will focus on becoming aware of the negative self-talk as it occurs. During this exercise, ask yourself, am I speaking to myself with love right now when you are reviewing your self-talk? It can be helpful to use an object such as a piece of jewelry or a physical reminder to speak to yourself kindly. An object of high value can be even more beneficial, particularly if your negative self-talk focuses on the idea of lack or personal worth. If you can, choose an item of value and importance for this exercise. You are worth it. So definitely looking at the way you speak to yourself here. Do the exercises of positive affirmations. Write down affirmations that speak to you and speak those to yourself daily. I think that is definitely going to help. And then I'm going to do the pull yourself close here. Really being called to that one. I'm feeling a bit dizzy here, so that may resonate with someone, that this is definitely for you if you are feeling dizzy at the moment for some reason. Throughout life, harmful events can occur that bring out a splintering of inner self. This separation with the self can be a necessary survival tool when our inner world becomes overwhelmed and we are unable to process our current events or even traumas. I know when I first started healing, I went to a a shaman for a soul, like a soul splintering retrieval, where parts of your soul throughout trauma kind of leave you, and to bring those parts of your soul back to you. You may want to look into doing something like that with a, you know, some type of spiritual leader or guide that can kind of help walk you through something like that, if that's really calling and resonating with you and that's really something you feel you could benefit from. However, the inner self will always desire reconciliation of these splintered aspects. And because of this, these banished parts will experience pain as long as there is separation. So it's separation of your own soul. Like your own soul is not whole because of all the traumas and needing healing here. Really, really needing healing here. So seek out a spiritual counselor or a spiritual guidance center and see if they do soul retrieval healings or Reikis that can help you here. By pulling these splintered aspects of the self close in love and acceptance, we can bring healing to our inner world. So even as simple as just, you know, sitting with yourself and looking at the inner child and where you had traumas and writing those down and trying to heal those parts of you. You know, if you feel like you can do that on your own, if not, definitely seeking out a spiritual counselor here that can definitely help do one of those soul retrieval rituals for you. Thank you, Spirit. Rituals to help you bring yourself back together here. At the bottom of the deck, this is the Future Higher Self Oracle deck. We're going to look at a couple of these. The bottom of the deck, we have, when you start, the path appears, so take a step in any direction. So if you're on the fence about your soul path here, to really, you know, take any step in your healing journey. And this could be as simple as seeking out a spiritual counselor, and this person may really help you when it comes to bringing yourself back together so that you can get on your path. Let your true colors show, so your tribe knows how to find you. So going back to being true to who you are here, and as simple as little things that you've kind of let go of from when you're young, out of people not really accepting you, to go back to that self, go back to that person, go back to that child, and nurture who you were back then. You will probably find that you still really much resonate with who that person was, and bringing that person back is going to be something so beautiful. Okay. I absolutely love that. Following your heart will lead you to the right things. Absolutely. You definitely need to get out of the ego mind and follow your heart here on your spiritual path. That is going to be the biggest help here for you. You are currently under construction. Please be patient. The self-love is all over this reading, and that's definitely really prevalent here again. Being patient with yourself and loving yourself through this journey, every step of it, even when it gets frustrating here, okay? Very important to love yourself through this journey. The sacrifices you make today will be worth it. So just going back to that, releasing things that no longer, let go of all that no longer serves you. Some things may feel like a sacrifice because it may be something you always done. Like, let's say, even like always drinking with friends or something like that. Like that's always how your group of friends come together or family comes together, but you know that's no longer serving you and you don't know how you're going to move through life being the only person to let that go. Spirit is really saying here that your sacrifices are going to be worth it. There's something you've been wanting here in your life. You're done settling in your life in some way, and it is calling for sacrifice here, but and you've known that maybe for years, but letting go of these things now are going to give you, like I said, all of your wildest dreams earlier. There is a way if you are willing to change the way you see it. Okay, so see it as a positive, like letting go of things that no longer serve you are really going to bring in all the happiness that you've ever wanted. You know, the happiness you think you get through these worldly things doesn't even touch the happiness that you could have if you actually just trust in the universe and let go. When you bond with someone in spirit, you both become a greater force for good. So maybe a tie to a divine counterpart here. This may be a part of your journey, your healing journey. You will know if that's for you, for sure. I will be following up this reading with a love reading next. So if that does resonate with you and you want to carry on into the love reading to see if you consider yourself a counterpart or twin flame, then that reading may be for you next as well. We're going to get some Divine Angel Oracle deck cards for a little bit of additional advice here. Let's get a few cards. Trust. We were just talking about trusting the universe. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so trust in yourself and the universe. Thank you, Spirit. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. It's really calling for trust. This whole journey calls for trust. And, you know, that's all we can do is surrender and trust and take the baby steps that we need to take to go in the right direction, as scary as it is. Letting go again. Here we go. Double confirmation here. I love when that happens. Surrender, which we were just talking about too. And let go of control. Release resistance and trust in the flow of life, knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and for your highest good. And then we got two more here. And when you surrender and trust and let go, you are going to have this beautiful renewal here. Okay, Divine Feminine, you are. It is going to come for you. You are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. The summer solstice, I don't know why I keep saying summer. Something may be really significant, you know, if you really surrender and let go and trust, summer may be a time for you that something really big is going to show up for you. You are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. Release the past and embrace the opportunities for growth and transformation ahead. And then we follow that up with growth. That is absolutely beautiful. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. You are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment. So have that trust, Divine Feminine. You are there, okay? You are absolutely there. I'm going to get a few charms to close out your reading. We got the owl, so that is indicative of spiritual enlightenment. So you are definitely on the right path. If you're questioning that, you are definitely on the right path. This keeps coming out. Something to do with Paris or French. Oh, we got a double owl. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful, Divine Feminine. You are absolutely on the right path. If you are questioning it and you came here for a little guidance today and you're not sure, Spirit is telling you today you are on the right path. Forge ahead, okay? Move forward into this new beautiful beginning. Let go of fear. Let go of your past. Let go of everything that's not serving you. And love on yourself a little harder, okay? I hope this helped you, Divine Feminine, on your soul path, and that it gave you a little bit of guidance that you needed today. I love you very much. Love and light.